All right, man. We're gonna talk about Leonard Ellerbe, saying saying he had the real um, Canelo Bivol number. Says that Eddie Hearn is lying. All right, but first, a lot of people going around not believing Jamal Charlo made $10 million. So um, let's check out the boxing replay. Let's more videos like this, and at the end of the day, what does it matter what he made? What he got to lie for, and if he lying, he lying. I mean, shit. At the end of the day, man, he lying to himself, he lying to his pockets, lying to his baby mamas, lying to his family. You know, what he got to lie for. I mean, honestly, um, I fact checked it, and people I know, I know of and talked to said it was true. He got $10 million through endorsements and incentives in his contract, and um, being getting undisputed. So all incentives that he hit in his contract, he got him. They said he got $10 million, and it's true. It's true. Shit, you know what I'm saying? And, it is what it is. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I mean, shit. All they do is bring up the question if they got 10 for a guy who, if they got 10 for a guy who couldn't even sell out a tennis court, you know, then why they being frugal, and why they being cheap with Crawford, because they don't want to make the fight. And that's what kind of people making the connection. And if you got that amount, you got that amount of money for Jamil Charlo, shit, you should have 20 apiece for Errol Spence. But at the end of the day, Al Heyman is not about to pay Terrence Crawford to be here for a fight or two, or beat Errol Spence, retire, and take his horse. Errol Spence is they Errol Spence is they Errol Spence is they that's what they want to be, the next Floyd Mayweather. But apparently that's not gonna happen. I mean, he already on the wrong side of 32. That's just simply not gonna happen. But I mean, what would Charlo got to lie about? I heard his bag, if he won, would shoot up to around 5, but apparently he had incentives in his contract where they gonna shoot up to and endorsements and all that. He get 10. I told y'all Al Heyman got something where he make more money with sponsorships, like he it's something to do like he do on the Budweiser tour. So people can complain and say they blue in the face and say he lying. At the end of the day, what does it matter? They reported $1 million. Tyson Fury made 14 versus what he fought Tom Schwartz and Otto Wallin when he was with Top Rank. He made 14, and they reported his purse was like $2 or $3 million or something amongst that nature. But if he flexing and lying about what he made, that's down in his pockets. Quite frankly, that's his pockets. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't get none of that 10 million. Only reason why people actually care about it is because the Crawford and Spence situation, and some people don't like PBC, but that's the issue with it. You can get this man $10 million, and he couldn't sell out a $9,000 tennis court. And they was giving away money. You telling you ain't got the money for Terrence Crawford. Some people say, well, he's more popular than Terrence Crawford. His run was better than Terrence Crawford. I mean, shit. If you believe that's true, this dude been at the division for almost a decade. you know? This dude been at the division for almost a decade, bro. So ain't this, shouldn't he have a better resume if you've been somewhere for you know, if you've been somewhere for damn near for damn, probably he had been around there for 10 years in that division. For around a decade? I mean, yeah. So, so I mean, what y'all expect? But if he got 10, he got 10. All right, does that what does it change at the end of the day? Only thing it changes for content. I don't think it changes for content. That's it. Well, if they got this money for him, and Hey, you don't know what he had to do to get to that point. To be honest, you don't know what he went through to make that point. You don't know what you know. Obviously, whoever did his contract, they did a hell of a job doing his contract. They did a hell of a job doing his contract. So come on, but that's what he made. That's what he made. So it seemed like a big deal, but I just think it's the big deal where they saying they don't have no money for Crawford. But of course, if you know you gonna buy your kid a pair, you gonna buy another kid a pair of shoes before you buy your kid a pair of shoes. I think not. I think not. So Al Heyman always gonna take care of them boys. Crawford ain't gonna never be one of them unless Crawford turns to Floyd Mayweather and start making big bank for him. Never. Well, I heard he made the 10. Now let's move on real quick. All right. So apparently, here's Lonnie Lara saying he being ducked at 160. All right. He fighting Gary Spike O'Sullivan. He holds the Reggie belt. Right. And when he talking about being avoided, also it's worth knowing that Jose Benavidez Jr. pulled out of that fight. So that's worth noting. He said a lot of people are avoiding me at 60 just like they did at 54. To the visual, let's read the quote. He said, I feel strong at 160. I showed that in my last fight. I showed it again in this fight. I'm ready to display all my skills once again, Lara said. Quote, come May 28th, when I come out victorious, I'm ready to fight the best in the division. I'm not going to mention their names because I'm tired of doing that. I'm just focused on getting in the ring with all the best. People are avoiding me at 160 pounds just as they did at 154. I'm a tough matchup for anyone out there. That's why they don't want to fight me. Lara's coming off a brutal one punch knockout of Thomas Cornflake Lamana. So he said, I'm going to come focus and do what I know how to do fight night. Most importantly, I lead the ring with my hand raised. Lara said, quote, I couldn't really tell you how Gary Spike O'Sullivan fights. Here we go, Sullivan fight. So up there, I'll use my coaches. I'm working to be at my best to show everyone what I can do May 28th. Like I said before, you know who he talking about. He's talking about Jamal Charlo, Gennady Golovkin, and probably Demetrius Andrade. But at the end of the day, when you got that boring type of style, you know, it's hard to get people in the ring. And more people saying, well, he talking to Jamal Charlo about ducking him and they should train together. And I think it was Jamal that said, once he left Ronnie Shields, he was the one that said that his kids played together and he don't want to fight Lara. Their families still break bread together and all of that. But I think Lara like fuck all that. We want to make some money. I don't want a shot, but he moving up. It made perfect sense for him to fight Lara instead of Lucky. That turns into a big, big fight. But you gotta understand too, they looked at Lara like a big brother. He groomed them. If anybody that know about the Charlos and how to beat them, it's Lara. But the question is, at Lara's age, can he carry out the mission? Since he left, they for sure got better. So as he left, they for sure got better. And he is listed at 39 years old. So he might be an accurate 39. He looked pretty young. He might be 45. You know. But but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If that's the case, that Jamal don't want to fight him, Jamal don't want to fight him. What can we do about it? It'd have been a better showcase on was it June 18th? Would have been one of probably biggest fight of his career. He said that Charlo Twins to argue who got hit less by him. You gotta think about it, man. He's 39 years old. He probably in his 40s. He about a decade older than them. Way more experience, way more development. They should go put him out of his misery. Maybe Jamel will if you move up there. But they should for sure go put him out of his misery. Ain't no doubt in my mind. They should put him right clean out of his misery. But that's up to them. And maybe the money wasn't right. Maybe they got plans on doing something different. I can't tell you. But let's move on now. Leonard Ellerbe, he did an interview. He done an interview yesterday at Rolly's workout and open work media workout, and he said that Eddie Hearn, Canelo, and Bivol, they did not do 600,000, which we all knew that. He said they did 300,000. That's what he said. He said they really did 300,000. He said they do 100. They did 125,000 between cable and satellite companies, and the rest they did. The rest went up to. The rest went to. Was the zone pay per view. So that makes sense. You got to remember too. You got to remember too that that was the first time they broke bread on the zone pay per view, and I'm not sure. How much promotion they did. I watched TV. I seen a couple commercials, but you got to remember today they don't know how to promote. That's what you got to remember. They don't know how to promote today. So that's something that they got to figure out. That's something they got to figure out. But honestly, I don't really care. I know they didn't do the amount of money that they said they did. That's common sense. But at the end of the day, it's just like Jamil Charlo. There's no Bud and Crawford factor here. All right. Just like that. At the end of the day, what does it matter to us? That's the $1,000,000 question. What does it matter to us? Eventually, if they lying about the numbers, he said Eddie Hearn would have came out. He said Eddie Hearn, if they would have did 600,000, that's a great number. Eddie Hearn would have came out the same day, and and he would have came out last week and said something. That's how you know when the numbers ain't good, they drag their feet bringing them out. I'm gonna tell you the timeline from my experience. Unless it's ESPN Plus, the timeline for pay per views is that's Minnie. Sorry, y'all. She's sleeping. Doggy dreams. But the timeline for I don't want to wake this monster up, but the timeline for pay per view usually you see them come out around Thursday. If it's ESPN Plus, they can report the next day. If they just exclusively doing the ESPN Plus, if the zone just exclusively doing something through the zone without pay-per-view.com and satellite companies, then you can look for it to come out in Monday or Tuesday. But if they doing it traditional cable satellite companies, pay-per-view.com, in demand, or whatever, you can see those. You should see those numbers come out Thursday. But anytime you start getting, it's a whole week went by since they. Anytime you get into around next Monday, like not the Monday after the fight, but that next Monday, the following week. Anytime you start getting numbers coming out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're never good. Like I told you, the Lubin and Fondor numbers never came out. They wasn't good. Canelo, nobody questioned Canelo numbers. You know why? Because the zone traditionally doesn't release numbers. So you think about this. He came out yesterday, or let's say Tuesday, and said it. Canelo fought on Saturday, September 7th. They knew exactly what them numbers did. They knew they wasn't good. And they Canelo was going to companies and making them broke. The gate didn't do the gate. Let's say he did $10 million in the gate. That's nothing. He got a $50 million, $45 million purse. You got $40 more million to make up, plus people getting $5. That shit did terrible. They think as they get Canelo, they company say, man, you paying them so much money, you still losing. You still losing. You still losing. So They can lie all they want to themselves, but but we know the truth. We know the absolute truth. The numbers ain't good. They say him and Plant did 800,000. I heard they didn't hit 800,000. That's just what I heard. So but but yeah, but it's so funny how what's so funny how is how Ellerbe 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 got the real numbers, but don't nobody else got the real numbers. Ain't that funny? Real funny. But he won't tell you what Tank really. He sit there and he do the same thing Eddie Hearn do. Tank ain't made no profit on Tank since he been on pay per view. So you gotta gotta call a spade a spade. But that is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live, we drop a video. And then you want to support the channel, $ Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit my link tree. Link is the first link in the description. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all in one link, one click. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. Check out the Box News playlist. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comments.